words can be dense for our acts. The sea can be deep for our diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. No, it's not supposed to be the spiritual experience. We're going to delete that one. No. I'm live. I am live. That's not the right. It shows me there. Let's see what I have to say real quick. All right. Bug it. We're going to go ahead and share it the way that it is because there's nothing I can do about it. I did change the topic. Oh, well. Let me do some sharing here. We'll get started. All right. Sorry I was a little late. I logged into Restream and it told me that I could start restreaming in the Instagram. And it says go do this, change professional profile. Of course, it's not there. Doesn't match. Facebook did this to me yesterday. So I was checking that out. It says I need to switch to professional. And the option isn't there. I wonder if it's on here. I'm just curious. Right. Oh, man, I got a lot of notifications. I haven't been on here for a while. Okay, maybe I'll check that later. I forgot I was on Instagram. Okay. Good to see you, Patricia. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Still feeling sick. It hasn't gone away. I don't know that I have the stomach flu. I think there's just something wrong with me. We're going to read out of the big book today. We're going to be starting on page 76. We're going to be talking about the 9th step today. The principle behind the 9th step is justice. You would think it's forgiveness. Most people do, but it's not. It is justice. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. And if you're here, please say hello. Whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Okay. Get a lot of rewatchers. I'm a rewatcher. Before we get started, I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but sometimes you'll go to comment and Facebook is like, try saying this. Don't do it. Wow. I'm going to tell you something. If we ever get to a point where we don't even need to think of the words that we need to say in order to reply, gosh, what a fake fucking life. What a fake life. I won't use those. I don't talk like that. It's like, oh, look how fancy I can talk. Thank you, AI. Are we going to start letting artificial intelligence speak for us now? That is a new level of fucking lazy. Wow. In our world, we call it convenience. There's a lot of convenience around. It's too convenient. See, I have a Nest, those thermostats, right, that hooks to the internet. I won't hook it up to the internet Because what if one day the government decides they don't want me to have heat? Mm-mm. I ain't buying it, man. I don't trust them. Sorry. All right. I don't usually go to government stuff here. So we're gonna get rid of that. Willing to go to any length is supposed to be the title of this one. So let's get down to it. Now we need action and more action, without which we find that faith without works is dead. I love you too. Not sure who that is, but I love you. Let's take a step. Let's look at steps 8 and 9. We have a list of all persons we had harmed and to whom we are willing to make amends. When we made it when we took inventory. Do not burn your 4 steps, sillies. Okay? Or at least take a picture of your grudge list. You know, that first list that you made for the 4 step? Guess what? That's your amends list too. And unless you feel like doing it all over again, I would recommend that you keep some kind of copy, whether it be paper or digital, doesn't matter. What matters is that nobody else can see it. That's the main thing. It needs to remain anonymous. Don't let other people be looking at your stuff. Okay? It's not for their eyes. Sponsees and sponsors only. Okay? Well, let's keep it to that. Not everybody needs to know all of our business. I do come on here and I talk about some personal things, but you guys don't know me personally. That's not fucking even true. That's not true. All right. So then that's the big thing. Our 4th step is also our 8th step. Okay. Now we go out to our fellows and repair the damage done in the past. We attempt to sweep away the debris which has accumulated out of our effort to live on self-will and run the show ourselves. If we haven't the will to do this, we ask until it comes. And there's that willingness. Remember, it was agreed at the beginning we would go to any lengths for victory over alcohol. That question was asked prior to here. Are you willing to go to any length? We asked you that in the 3rd step. Okay, it's one of the first questions I ask my sponsees, and then I ask it again at the 3rd step because we're getting ready to do the 4th. I tell you what, everybody says yes, but gosh, it's hard to make it through. It is any lengths, man. That 4th step is a beast. It's okay. I did it. I got 52 people, places, and things on mine. Okay. Do you have more than that, less than that? Tell you, it doesn't matter. Yours just needs to be fearless and thorough. Your list doesn't need to be as long as mine. I went through a lot of shit. I wanted to get out everything, man. I didn't want anything in there anymore. All right. Probably there are still some misgivings. As we look over the list of business acquaintances and friends we have heard, we may feel diffident about going to some of them on a spiritual basis. Let's be reassured, to some people we need not and probably should not emphasize the spiritual feature on our first approach. There's not going to be a second approach for me. Okay? My spirituality is going to stay with me. And unless they bring it up, I might say God at some point. I don't know. But I don't hide the fact that I love God either. But I don't get to run around and shove it down other people's throats. No. Nope. The key here is to clean my side of the street. It doesn't matter what their side of the street looks like. Okay? Why am I going to need to do that? Or we could use the backyard. You're going to need to clean up your own backyard because pretty soon you're going to be at step 12 and you're going to be playing in somebody else's backyard. And you best know how to behave because it's not your backyard. We might prejudice them. At the moment, we are trying to put our lives in order. Okay. I'm not here. I did not do my 9th step to promote people to believe in God. Sorry, I don't do that. I am not an evangelist. I only have my experience, but I'm not going to force God down your throat. No. Instead, I'm just going to be an example. And if you want what I have, I'll tell you what I did. Period. There's nothing more to it. Okay. So, and it says at the moment we were trying to put our lives in order. Okay. Not the other person, to our lives. But this is not an end to itself. Our real purpose, here's our purpose, is to fit ourselves to be a maximum service to God, the people about us. Has nothing to do with promoting. We are an attraction rather than promotion. Okay. I would much rather have 3 or 4 people listening to me here because they're like, hey, have you heard this guy Dion? I want to check him out. Rather than me spending a bunch of money to convince you how great I am. Right? Yeah, it just won't do any good. Well, and it's just uncomfortable. I don't like it when people do it to me. Right? It is seldom wise to approach an individual who still smarts from our injustice to him and announce that we have gone religious. In the prize ring, this would be called leading with the chin. We lay ourselves open to being branded fanatics or religious bores. We may kill a future opportunity to carry a beneficial message, but our man is sure to be impressed with a sincere desire to do the right, to set right the wrong. He is going to be more interested in our demonstration of goodwill than our talk of spiritual discoveries. Okay? This is about coming to terms. Remember, I said in the beginning that the principle behind this step is justice. Not for you. Not for you. For them. Okay? Sorry. We don't use this as an excuse for shying away from God. When it don't serve any good purpose, we're willing to announce our convictions with tact and common sense. Did you know that I can announce my convictions and everything else and not even bring up God? Sure. The best friend, the only best friend I ever had, okay, was an atheist. Okay. But yet we still had a same moral standing. Weird. Not really. We just thought that you should be kind to other people. That's what we thought. Right? All right. I miss him. I don't, God, alcohol fucks everything up, man. All right. Let's see. The question of how to approach the man we hated will arise. Stop hating him. But you may need to realize the fact that it doesn't matter. Okay. Another thing is, do not go into a 9th step expecting great things to happen. I've tried a 9th step with an old girlfriend, and she said, Dion, you ruined every other single relationship I ever had. She did not want to fucking hear from me. Yeah. Me too. I'm glad I haven't drank for years, but more than anything, I'm glad I haven't drank today. Yeah. I got up. I felt crappy. The stuff's still going on. I'm irritated. I'm fucking irritated by it. Right. But I got my sponsee, and I'm like, I really want to meet with my sponsee. And I wanted to meet with my sponsee because this guy lifts me up. He's inspirational to me. I love this kid. And I told him, hey, I'm kind of having a hard week, but I wanted to meet with you because you tend to lift me up. And you should have seen his fucking face. Like, I'm helping you? And he's a great father. He is. He's got his head on right. And there's some people in his life, kind of, well, his ex, that are doing some kind of crappy things, man. And, I want to protect the guy, but I can't. All right. So we don't like this person. So what? It doesn't matter. Anyway, it may be he has done us more harm than we have done him, and though we may have acquired a better attitude toward him, we are still not too keen about admitting our faults. Nevertheless, with a person we dislike, we take the bit in our teeth. It is harder to go to an enemy than to a friend, but we find it much more beneficial to us. We go to him in a helpful and forgiving spirit, confessing our former ill feeling and expressing our regret. Okay. And then I have, unless we harm them. Okay. I've got a couple of examples on that. One would be my biological father. I never met my biological father. And I decided to look for him during my ninth step. I think 8, 9 years ago now. And I did find him. Okay. Now, did I owe him an amend? I'd never met the man in my life. Did I owe him an amend? No, not really. I did do a lot of shit talk about him. Okay. But what it came down to is I didn't give him a fair shake because I didn't know who he was. But what it really was I wanted to meet my dad. Let's not hide what the truth was. I wanted to meet my fucking father, man. And he was remarried, and a lot of people, my sponsor said, his wife probably doesn't even know you exist. They said, so Dion, we cannot interrupt that relationship. It doesn't matter what he did. We don't have the right to do that. That's what I loved about my sponsor. He always included himself in my resentments and stuff. He's like, we're not going to do that, right? He was great about it. And so I wrote him a letter, okay? And, and so that's how I did that. I'm not going to go to, he died. He died with 51 years of sobriety is what he died with. So, he was probably an asshole. And I'm going to tell you the thought that does run through my head every now and again. Well, if he had such great sobriety, then why did he not look for me? Was he willing to go to any length? No. Nope. Wasn't. What was the excuse to not be back in my life? I'll never know the answer to that. Okay. And he died, and I had no regrets. No regrets. I told him I loved him. That was it. And he was gone. So, under no condition do we criticize such a person or argue. Simply, we tell them what we never get over drinking until we've done our utmost to straighten out the past. We are there to sweep off our side of the street, realizing that nothing worthwhile can be accomplished until we do so. Never trying to tell him what he should do. His faults are not discussed. We stick to our own. Hi, good to see you. Happy 3 years. If our manner is calm, frank, and open, he will be gratified with the result. In 9 cases out of 10, the unexpected happens. Sometimes the man we are calling upon admits his own fault. This happens quite often. See, sometimes what we see as a problem or what we see isn't the same. Maybe this person doesn't want to be angry at you either. Maybe they would feel a little bit better if they also admitted it. So we're going to be the bigger person and we're going to start that. Okay. And when we do that, whole families heal. I guarantee you that's what happens. I know because I'm watching my family. They don't even know I'm doing it. It's so funny. It's so awesome. They have no idea. My intention has been to heal my family for years. Okay. Do they want to participate? No. Are they? Yeah. See, when somebody doesn't like you, you have power. Okay. And I'm going to use that power to make you better. If I can get away with it, yeah, I'm going to use your dislike against me to help you. I will do that because I know it doesn't have anything to do with me. How do I know that? Because that's me also. I went through the same thing and it turned out I didn't really hate these people. I just wanted to blame something so that I could feel better about things. So I got to the point where I stopped blaming people for who the fuck I am. We're done here. Love you, book. You do. Treat your big book nice, man. If I don't throw something funny in there, it just gets boring. All right. I do that often. I'll disrupt. I do it about every 12 minutes. So, you know, Ingrid knows this stuff. You see, the trick is I know you will not listen to me beyond 12 minutes. I know this. So, therefore, I do interruptions where I was like, oh, and then the topic switches a little bit. Your brain, oh, what's going on? And then I bring you back. It's a little speaking trick. Pretty cool, huh? So it's saying that I can, they're like, oh, it's fast, it's easy. You can now restream on Instagram, and it's not easy at all. What they probably said, they probably told me, but didn't understand that I meant the qualifications. Or there's always rules. Oh, well, you don't have enough followers. Not enough people like you. We can't let you have professional mode. I'm not kidding. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you. It was good to have you. I love you. I love you, love you, love you, love you. Peace out and have a day.